Hi, Gomertrons.
What up, GomerJobs? How's it going?
We thought you'd like to see this one.
This one's
GomerJobs.
gonna be fun. I kind of want to stand up, but I'm gonna sit for now.
Okay, here let's get right into that because I have something to say about it.
Great. All right, here we go. Ready?
Yep.
All right. 1, 2, 3, click. All right. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome everybody to the bonus disc.
What up?
dude? How you doing, man? This is gonna be fun.
We were just talking. This
Yep.
for me is a sitter downer.
Mm.
So we just recorded a runner's block app. You got to be so
Yep.
professional on those. We had a great guest.
Mm-hmm.
That's a stander upper. We got the
Yep.
standing desk. I'm on.
Right.
Right now. I'm lounging back. 13.1ers can see me right now. Just chilling.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
baby.
no, I did not mean to invite this.
Oh yeah. Oh baby.
Oh no! What is this? This is like some sort of new stage of ASMR where you say "oh baby" over and over again.
Hold on 1 second. Hey. Some cold.
You have started now texting. Oh god, yuck! You texted us on our text string that's gross. You, me, Alex, Chad, and Hack just eating Raisin Bran.
No, I didn't put it on the Instas.
No, and it's a
But
good
just
thing
you
you would have gotten
guys.
unfollowed by me. This is a sitter downer, just you and me chilling, having a great time. These are my favorite bonus disc eps, dude, where it's just like, I don't know, we just had this random fun idea, let's do it.
Well, but it's not I don't know as in like gonna be half butt or
No.
like just like we'll just pull something out, but it's like, dude, we've never talked about, and we've been talking about our jobs,
Yeah.
our job history for years. I'm sitting down too. I've got the mic all back. I'm laid back in the lazy boy.
Remember that one time you were recording? It looked like you were literally lying down. That's not. You're right. That's not that. It's not that we are taking this any more lightly, even though maybe I don't know.
No.
But this is just like, you know how people are like, hey, we're funny. We should just have a podcast about where we're talking. People will love listening to two
Right.
guys talking. And that's like 95% of podcasts.
Right.
It's our chance to do that. I mean, we put the big work into great hooks and structured episodes. This one, we're just like, we have talked so many times, like tertiarily, about the weird jobs we've had. And so let's just make an episode about jobs. Then this new idea came up, which is let's make it a trilogy.
Yeah, we need to do stage theory. What was that one book you sent me for my 40th birthday about the houses, like the rooms in the house?
Mansions. Yep, the mansions.
Mansions of the
Mansions
heart.
of the
or something
heart.
like that.
Yep.
This is mansions of the heart of our work life, of our careers.
Definitely. And so
stage theory.
This is high school edition. Actually,
Yep.
the idea came after the survey, which we also put out.
Right.
Annie put out the survey. And I was like, let's just narrow it down. Let's just say, what was your favorite high school job to the Gomer Nation? And then we got so much amazing feedback from that. I was like, we can't waste the content on doing anything beyond high school.
Totally. And
So this
love
is part one.
thinking about us in high school because we knew each other.
Yep.
You have high schoolers. We have listeners that have high schoolers.
Definitely. Yep.
So, like, you're actually doing a podcast. Like, it's weird. Like, dude, there were so many things about me that were just brain dead in high school. I'm not saying high schoolers are brain dead at all, but
some
for me,
there's some sort of brain something that's happening there in high school, right?
Well, things are firing, right? Like you're forming your worldview.
Yes.
You're constructing like what does my future look like, and at the same time, like things that you do have future consequences and
Uh-huh.
current consequences, and you could sabotage things, and
Right.
like there are unrequited loves, and there are
Oh yes,
unrequited
you're just
job
swimming
loves.
in hormones. It's like
Yeah.
this thick
Oh,
fog
totally.
around you.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Totally.
and so there's so
Yep.
much to unpack about high school in general. I like the fact that we've narrowed down the jobs conversation and the high school conversation by choosing like this
Mm-hmm.
Venn diagram of
Mm-hmm.
specificity, where we can
Mm-hmm.
actually and dude, judging by the comments the Gomer Nation had, people friggin' love talking about and hearing about jobs people had in high school.
This is all 90s chat. You know what I mean? Like
For
this
us,
is
it's 90s chat,
nostalgia.
definitely. Yep.
This is nostalgia. It's why our 80s movies and 90s movies, or why our movies, you know, Vision did a great job of this. Obviously, our whatever that show was that I can't think of right now that was super 80s. Oh,
Yeah.
there's a high
Well,
schooler
so
right there.
actually, I
There he
actually
is.
have Noah coming in because he's
Oh,
got a high school job,
great.
and so I thought we could
Oh yeah.
start this by just hearing from Noah. Hi, Noah.
Hello.
Speak into this.
Hello.
I'm gonna cut here so
What up, buddy?
I can get a headphones that we can both listen out of.
Okay, great, dude. 6 minutes in.
6 minutes.
You can.
Right, let me write down 6 minutes. Okay, I need a
all
Y
good.
connector. Can you pull this in?
Why? Do 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 dee dee do bum bum. We do dee do. All right, Gomer Nation. How's it going over there? How's it going?
Y connector.
Kevin, what did you do to my room? Kevin,
He's doing ASMR.
what did you do to my room? Buzz,
Can you hear him?
I'm going through all your private stuff. You better come out and pound me. Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof. Hey Noah,
Can you
how's
say
it
something,
going?
Tone?
Hello.
Oops.
Buzz, your girlfriend. Woof. I'd rather kiss a toilet seat. How's it going? Can you hear me?
You're only gonna hear it out of one ear.
Okay.
I always put the other one in my collar right here.
Oh yeah. Hey Noah, can you hear me?
Yes.
What up, dude? Sorry, I was doing a little bit of Home Alone ASMR.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Noah
get
makes me want
up close when you talk like that.
Noah
that
makes me
close.
want to sit up straight. No, you make me want to sit up straight. I want to be a good responsible person, because I look like a real lounging idiot just now.
No, not at all. Okay.
Now I want to sit up straight because you're my friend.
So we're doing an episode about high school jobs.
Yes.
I wanted to get somebody in here who knows
Yeah.
what they're doing
Mhm.
and talking about. You have a high school job. Tell us a little bit about your job. Right into the mic there.
I work at a grocery store. I work at a Safeway.
Mm.
Yeah, it's all right. It's not amazing, but you know, I'll take what I can get.
What's your job title?
Courtesy clerk.
Yes. Okay, this is one of the things I love about these is every job always has like a professional title, right? Like associate, or when I was a janitor, I was a maintenance engineer.
So what does it mean? What roles do you do?
Well, it's like I just work the front end. I bag stuff. I grab the carts.
Okay.
I do all that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of more just I do everything that everyone who's higher than me doesn't want to do.
Okay.
Right.
Yep. Well, you got to start somewhere, right? Like you got to like that's where it starts. Like you got to start doing those things, and then you build on that, and then you build on that. What's it like during COVID?
Um, it can be annoying a
Like
lot.
do you have to do you disinfect the carts and
Yeah,
wear
we have to
gloves and
disinfect everything like pretty frequently. There's like a subset of my job where it's like some days you'll be doing courtesy clerk stuff, and then you'll be doing sanitation stuff, which is just wiping stuff down.
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's weird.
I love the just mundanity of a high school job where just like, yeah, I gotta just wipe that. And you're not allowed to tell people who aren't masked to mask up, are you?
So no, I'm not allowed to tell anyone to do anything at all. Even though our store, like, they have all the things posted where it's like, this is a privately owned business. We're allowed to force you to wear a mask, but I'm not allowed to. And neither is anybody except for the security guards and the managers.
Yeah.
All of whom don't care at all. So
what percentage do you think still are unmasked, even though they're supposed to be?
probably a quarter,
Wow.
a third.
Okay. Yeah. Do you meet any weirdos? Do any weirdos come through?
All the time. Yeah.
Tell us about one weirdo.
Okay. On my first day, 2 grown men started shouting at each other in the like seafood section because one guy wanted a specific trout, and then they were like screaming at each other, and then they brought him to the front, and everybody was so confused. Yeah.
Noah comes home at like 10 and he just tells us stories about like the total insane people that come through.
Well, the thing about the grocery store is everybody has to go to the grocery store, right? Like everybody needs food.
Yeah, that's true.
So there's nobody that doesn't need food. They all have to go there. It's the watering hole. I know, right? So you're going to see everybody. You're going to like all, from rich to poor, from every possible human being on the planet. They all got to eat. Yeah. And they all go to Safeway.
And they all use
maybe some go to Whole Foods. Yeah. You guys have a Whole Foods, Trader Joe's.
Yeah. Some do go. There is that cultural divide. the modern caste divide of Whole Foods and Safeway.
Right, whole paycheck.
What about you have to clean the bathrooms?
Mm-hmm.
How's that?
I think I have like PTSD now. It's pretty bad.
Man,
there's this one lady who comes in. We call her the blanket lady because she's always wearing the same blanket when she comes in. And I don't think she knows how to use the restroom.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So
oh no. And you pay the price.
And we pay the price. One time she went into the only restroom that we only have one restroom, or 2, like one for each gender.
There's only one stall in it.
There's 2 stalls in the women's, 1 stall in the men's.
Okay, I see. Lucky.
But the lady went into the women's restroom
and
pooped onto both of the toilet seats, like not into the toilet, onto both of the, like she went into both of the stalls and pooped on each one.
And they're like, Noah.
Yeah, they're like, oh, they came up to me and they said, how are you with poop? And I said, how much? And they were like,
a good question, a good follow-up.
And I went in there and it was terrible. And
oh man.
Gotta pick it up with gloved hands,
Oh, pick it up.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Oh. So I scoop most of it just into the toilet, flush it, everything. Fine.
Sick.
Right. But then I was like, there's just some garbage on the floor, and I go to reach it, and it's just like, there's just like a piece of trash above another piece of poop, and I grab it and it like squishes, and I'm like, oh, and I catch myself, and I'm like, it's already in my hand. I just have to lift it up and put it in the toilet.
Wow.
Oh man.
Well, thanks Noah for guesting on our podcast. We're gonna read a bunch of other people's thoughts, but I thought it'd be fun to get an actual high schooler.
Yeah.
You have a big performance this weekend?
Yes, I do.
Tell us a little bit about it.
I'm playing Frederick in The Pirates of Penzance, Gilbert and Sullivan opera. I'm excited for it, but it's, again, another very weird thing because it's still COVID precautionary.
You're all masked.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And you can't kiss.
No, we can't kiss.
A big disappointment for me. I love kissing.
I don't know what to say to that.
I was like, no kissing, boo.
Boo earns. So they can't see, like, are you walking around the stage and doing all the stuff, but just everybody's in masks?
Yes.
So costumes,
Mm-hmm.
like, is it a full stage production just with masks? Is that the main thing?
Yes, that's
Huh.
that's the thing. And there's like a limited audience.
Right, 50
Oh,
allowed in the
sure.
audience. That's it.
Got it. Is it going to be online?
Not this one actually. They
Aw,
have been
man.
online up to until now, but I don't know.
Oh, really? They're not
Yeah.
taping it?
They're taping it, but it's not going online.
Okay, so I can send it to Oma and Opa
Yeah.
at least. Okay, good.
Yay.
All right, and we'll send it to you, Tone, too, so you can see it.
Yes. Dude, good luck, man. Have a ton of fun.
Thank you.
You're going to have to act with your eyes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And your bod.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Hail poetry. One of my favorites. I cannot wait. I'm gonna see
Here's
it
what I'm-
wait for you to
thrice.
see it too.
Dude, here's what I'm seeing, okay? This is what I'm getting here is that Noah's doing it better than we did, man. Noah looks better than we did. Noah's cooler than we were.
No doubt.
Like
100%.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah. Like I feel bad, Noah, because we're gonna kind of like make fun of high school jobs and stuff, but you're crushing it. So we're not making fun of you, man.
Picking up poop,
Because
breaking up trout
I lived
fights.
a great life here.
All right, dude. Thanks for guesting.
Of course.
Now go back to school. Get your studies done. Bye.
Read. Remember,
Don't forget.
readers
read.
are leaders.
No.
Bye.
I never learned to read. What is that?
I don't know what is that's. I never learned to read.
It's a
I don't
movie.
know. Yeah, it is a movie.
It's something.
All right. Okay. I want to hear about. I actually, to tell you the truth, I didn't know if you had any high school jobs.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so we'll start with a couple things. We can probably go back and forth a little bit.
Yeah.
Although I see you had one main job, but we were gonna go back to Aldo's.
Oh, we're talking McDonald's. Don't worry.
Okay, because it's not in the notes here.
Oh, really? I didn't get it in there?
Nope.
Okay. Don't worry. I've got notes.
Oh, I see. I read this part wrong. I see. Okay.
Got it.
I wrote in the notes and I wrote it like wrong.
We're real good at
this is
taking
straight to
notes
tape.
and reading notes straight to tape. Normally
if
that
we
would be
just
edited. We are
read
not
the
editing
notes?
them. Just
Yeah.
read them.
Well, there's a
Yeah.
there's a weird minute in there, dude, that you're gonna hear if you don't edit it out.
Oh.
You shouldn't edit it out because it's pretty weird.
ASMR stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay, so we are gonna get to McDonald's. Great. So my main from 0 to high school, my main employment was 2 things.
Uh-huh.
We didn't ask this, but this is like pre-high school.
Okay.
My main 2 things were fundraising for Boy Scouts.
Okay. So, let's
So-
say this is all pre-high school graduation. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So 0 to 18.
Yeah, 0 to 18. Yes, your childhood
Okay.
years.
Got it. So fundraising, so Trail's Edge, we're talking frozen pizzas, popcorn. We're talking
Limped pizza. No, that was limp pizzas was high school.
Yeah, risen pizza. We're also talking
Left in the van.
Right. Wreaths.
Yeah.
Talking like Christmas trees, like stuff like that.
Popcorn. Did you guys do
But my-
popcorn?
Yep. Popcorn,
Mhm.
flavored popcorn, bins, like tins of popcorn.
Yes, definitely.
Frozen or not microwave popcorn, all that
Yep.
stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh, can you hear that big truck? Oh, that's my neighbor's moving. That's listen live. Do you hear
Your
that?
neighbor is moving. Yeah.
That is the sound of a tool chest falling down the stairs. This is what's so weird about life, though. You know what I mean? Like, this is you guys in a few weeks.
Yeah. We've got a month
Actually,
from
right?
tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's
Oof.
just you come into people's lives and then you're gone.
Yeah. We're just announcing now at Gomer Nation, by the way, that I'm leaving the podcast in a month. Just kidding. I'm moving from my house.
Don't do that. We're not even on the 1-year anniversary of the Patreon. You're like, see you suckers.
Enough.
You started that other podcast with Kaz.
Okay, so you sold stuff for Boy Scouts. That was your first kind of money making. But the money doesn't even go to you.
No. Okay, so that was the first one. The other main one for me
Yeah.
was lawn mowing, dude. That
Okay,
was
right.
my two breads and butters were lawn mowing
Mm-hmm.
and taking care of snow. So like snow removal.
I see.
You
Like
know what I mean?
shoveling or snow blowing.
Hmm. Yeah. Shoveling, snow blowing, sweeping sometimes. Like
Okay.
my neighbors next door. Sometimes if it was just a light. What
Or
was it
like
called?
dusting.
There we go. Thank you. It's been so long. If there was a light dusting, um, I would just go sweep it for them. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember one time the lady was like, she brought out a Kit Kat bar, full size,
Okay. Mm.
for either a $1 bill or a $5 bill. I can't
Oh,
remember.
yeah.
And she was like, "Pick one, Sonny."
Oh, which one did you pick?
Dude, I was like, you know what? I'm not greedy. I love candy. So, like I feel like the like less greedy choice is to take the Kit Kat, so I took the Kit Kat.
Wow, that's also instant gratification, right? You get to eat that Kit Kat right away.
Totally. I don't know. For some, I was led by I don't want to be greedy.
Okay, that's
That's
great.
what I felt like.
Yeah, honorable.
Even though
Honorable even at a young age.
totally, and I that was not a pat on the back. I'm just telling you that was my. I remember thinking that
Yeah.
little boy, 67 pounds. It's like take the
Totally.
Kit Kat. So yep. So those were my first main ones.
Okay.
Fundraising for scouts and band,
Mm-hmm.
mowing lawns, which is where I actually found my calling. You can hear the Louis Giglio message where he mentions that.
Oh, right. Yeah,
And
that's right. While you were mowing the lawn, you said, I'm going to play bassoon professionally.
it was the Holy Spirit.
Yep.
For some reason,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be a professional bassoonist. So I actually discovered what I wanted to do while doing that. I still, you know
Mm.
what? I'm like brushing over this. I truly love mowing the lawn.
I
Like,
I agree. There's something about, well, I don't know if raking leaves is in this because raking
mm,
leaves kind of sucks.
yeah, it does kind of.
But like an outdoor job,
Yeah.
maybe this is for people that don't usually have outdoor jobs like us, that you
Mm-hmm.
can start and finish
Yeah. And see,
and
like,
see, right? See
wow,
the results of. Yep.
stand back. I
Mm-hmm.
love doing my lawn. Stand, like, still now as an adult.
Yeah.
Stand back, look at it, see the lines,
Mm-hmm.
see the place for 5 minutes, looks glorious.
Yes.
I love it. I
Yep.
love it. So,
That's how I feel
and I
about
have such
vacuuming
fun.
the lines.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
That's why I'm anti Roomba. I don't trust that robot, and I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to see the lines.
Yeah. I love the lines. Did I tell you about when me and Hack lived with Cecil that one summer?
And you were interning, which meant you did his chores and got pizza and
Yeah.
stuff.
We did his bidding and occasionally preached or led worship or, like discipled dudes or
Yeah. Yep.
taught him how to hot sync his Palm Pilot. Like, figure this out.
But you would
But
fight over vacuuming, right? If I remember
yep,
right.
that was me and Hack. Like, we had our chores
Mm-hmm.
at the Cecil's
Chores.
and
Yeah.
and vacuuming, that was the one that Hack, he like claimed it, and I was
Right.
sort of mad. Love you, brother. I know he's listening. But I was like, oh man, that's fun. Dang it.
I wanted a vacuum.
Yep.
There's something great about a high school job in that sense, though, that it's a simple task.
Mm-hmm.
Noah was talking about bagging, right? Like you serve somebody for a very short amount of time, and they leave satisfied or not, and you're like,
Mm.
okay, I did a good job or not, right
Mhm.
there.
Good
Where
point,
I
yeah.
think when you're an adult, especially in jobs like you and I have, which are kind of, you have these long-term projects, and some of it seems like it never ends.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now this might be different for you because you have performances and concerts you can look back and say I did good or did bad. But you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Like an adult job is just like, I guess I'm gonna do this until I retire in 50 years.
Here it is. The grind. Bap, bap. No, but yeah, there's the tangibleness of that, of doing something. Like I do sometimes fantasize about that. Like
Me too.
is there something like, even when I was doing electrical work at my dad's house,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I felt very much like, because I make reeds,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, not to pat myself on the back, I was like, I'm really good, like with my hands, with building stuff,
Yeah.
tiny, like tiny details. And I was like, could I
Measuring,
like
cutting.
leverage? Yeah.
Yeah.
Could that be leveraged to something else if I wanted to do something else? Because you do, like, I leave my concerts or whatever, even though it's been COVID and weird.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, that's done now.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
There's another
yeah,
one next week. There's another one the week after that. You
right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I mean, we probably will record a bonus disc episode about what's been going on with me and my housing situation
Mm,
at some point.
yeah,
But
that would rule.
we just bought a house. We haven't owned one for 6 years. We've been renting,
Yep.
and I cannot wait to get into that place
Mm,
and do some small and large projects.
dude, I love it. Yeah.
Like I'm gonna learn how to knock a wall down.
Mm.
I'm gonna learn how to snake some wire.
Mm-hmm. Dude, when I figured, okay, when I figured out how to put a flat screen on a wall and hide the cord behind I
Yes.
was like, we have had cords hanging for years, and I was
Yeah.
like, that's impossible. And I YouTubed it. It's like you drill a hole and then you drop the cord and then you
Oh,
drill another hole. But dude, I was like, Aaron, look
I
what I
have
did.
created fire.
I
You're
have
Tom Hanks
fire.
on the Castaway Island.
I felt so friggin' amazing, dude.
100%. All that's on YouTube. I've been watching
Yep.
so many wall removal videos on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, some walls are, but walls aren't all permanent. And actually, that's
Sure,
a
yeah,
pretty
please.
easy thing to do.
Okay, Chad's on the other line right now being like, Steven, make sure it's not a load-bearing wall.
No, all the YouTube videos start with that. How to make sure it's not a load-bearing wall, how not
Sure.
to electrocute yourself, right? But I love maybe it is kind of like back to mowing the lawn in high school,
Mm-hmm.
snow removal, chores.
There's your first jobs, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we're even talking about that with the girls. That's a really good point. Like your
Yep.
house, your family is your
Mhm.
team,
Yeah.
and your house is where you live, and we all take care of it together. Yeah, so that's really,
Right.
that's probably the first job. Although I don't really remember having chores, dude.
Oh, we had
Our
so
family
many chores.
I'm trying to remember. I know my dad is now a Gomertron. My mom will be eventually. So I'm not trying to say there weren't any. I'm just doing the dishes, dude.
Yeah.
I loathed that.
Really?
And me
Yeah.
and my sister would do it together, and I remember I made her call me Your Majesty.
We had I know my parents
I'm
are both
sorry, Mia.
Gomertrons, and I'm not afraid to say this. We had a lot of chores.
Sure.
In fact, Saturday,
Lot of news.
lot of
chores.
news. We had a lot of chores. Saturday was like chores day. We would have, and those were like big
Okay.
chores, like mowing our large lawn,
Yep.
or weeding, or washing the car, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so yes, chores were a big deal. I think what you're talking about, which is you're actually doing lawn mowing for. Did you like mow other people's lawns? You said you removed snow.
Yep, I would do like my grandma
Mhm.
Georgeson, my grandma Churchill. My grandma Georgeson actually had an acre,
Okay.
and so I would do that every 2 weeks. I think she paid me $25,
Wow.
which for like a middle schooler, that's like $50 a month, man.
Dude, you were rolling in it.
Yeah, man.
Amazing.
And then I do my grandma Churchill's, and then our house, and then I would do like neighbors if they needed it.
Right.
I loved it.
Yeah. Love that.
I always wanted to do a business, but I wasn't.
Oh, I see.
I'm not particularly entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
Like I probably could have set up a reed business during COVID. I was like, nah.
You had AG Productions. Remember that? You and Alex would make videos. And at the end, there was that logo that said AG Productions because both of your
we
initials
drew it.
were AG. It's drawn.
You're totally right. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Well, I wanted to talk about my first high school job, but I'm going to table that because it was my best high school job, and so I'm going to talk
Ooh.
about that last.
Oh
Um,
my, I'm getting hungry.
but for most of my high school career, I worked at, as Hack said on the survey, pert near to Ace Hardware.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
after that initial best job, it was actually Hack who was like, "I'm working at Ace Hardware. You should apply, and then we can work together and have tons of fun."
Yeah, that rules. That's the dream. That's living the dream, right? When you can have a job with a friend.
Yes, 100%. And we will
Yep.
get further into that into when we do part two, college jobs, because
Okay.
most of
Yes,
my
me too.
college jobs were with friends, and we have one in particular that maybe could be its own app. Our
We
only
should have
job we've ever had together was in
right.
college.
We should have Krause on that one, dude.
Good idea. Write it down. Book him.
Okay.
I'm sure he's got a lot to do.
Come on,
But
bro.
no,
Be
there's so
on.
many other podcasts I'm on. Um, but anyways, I got the job at Ace Hardware, and the thing that I loved about that is because I had no idea what I was doing going into that job. And like that's a job where you kind of need to know what you're doing, just even as a clerk. I don't even remember there being
Yeah.
one job title. Everybody that worked at Ace Hardware, besides the managers, were just cashiers and floor people, clerks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so you would have to help people with stuff, with their like
Right.
construction questions.
Yeah, I'm always amazed when I go to Home Depot or Ace Hardware or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. The level of knowledge and expertise that's actually given me. Sometimes I'm like, man, could I do this?
Mm.
Sometimes like
Yeah.
I kind of love that idea of being an answer giver.
It feels
You know, like
so
an
good when you can help somebody.
yeah, when you actually give somebody a good answer, you're like, oh man, I helped somebody. I'm smart. Doggone it, people like me.
So I don't remember ever getting a question when I was applying about
Uh-huh.
my like tool knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It was just like a hack referral. And so they hired me. And the story I always tell is the first day that I worked there, somebody came in and they said, "Where are your washers?" And of course,
Mm-hmm.
what they're asking for are the washers on a bolt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or a
Mm-hmm.
screw, like a screw, a nut, and a washer and a bolt, right? Hardware
Yep.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought they meant like washer and dryer.
Mm.
And so I said to the guy, "We don't carry those," because I had been told that we don't carry appliances. And
Right.
so this guy coming in for a watt, like the most basic of hardware, is told
Yeah.
by this 15-year-old kid, we we don't care. It's like as if I had said, "We don't carry nails." He's hardware.
You're a hardware store.
And he just left very confused.
Oh
And then
no.
when they asked me later, "How'd your first day go?" And I told them some guy was asking for washers, but I told them we didn't have them. They're like, "Oh no, let me show you what that actually means." Um,
Hmm.
so I think there's something too about a high school job where you're first exposed to things that you don't know, and you have to like
Right.
learn fast, like real world quick learning. That's so much different than school.
Yeah, for sure.
Like a skill, you're learning a skill.
Totally. Well, okay, so I have a friend. Actually, the friend that works at the apparel store in Minneapolis that used to do our Gomer shirts back in the day.
Oh right, yeah, yeah.
He started working there in high school,
Mm-hmm.
exactly like you and Ace,
Right.
exactly like Noah and Safeway.
Uh-huh.
And it was a family-owned business. It's called Letterman Sports.
Okay.
And he started just like that dude, and now he freaking runs the company.
Yeah. You have to start
Like
somewhere.
totally. But like he learned, like you're saying, like all the ins and outs,
Yeah.
and then just kept working his way up in there. And now he's like crushing it on as an apparel, like they do all the hockey jersey. I mean, that's huge in Minnesota, right?
Oh,
Like
for
they do all
sure.
the schools
Yep.
uniforms and all that stuff. It's like it's kind of like an amazing thing. Like there's
Yeah.
something so honest about that work.
Yes.
Like we supply. I don't know. I'm kind of jealous. You know what I
I'm not
mean?
kind of I'm totally
Like
jealous. Like a really physical need you're meeting. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
like
I'm clothing people or I'm feeding people. I'm
mm-hmm.
it's just like I think a deeply ingrained thing from high school jobs where I was like I liked that like real tangible service of other people.
Okay, here I just had an epiphany, dude.
Yeah.
Nowadays, everybody, this is not an epiphany to anybody else, but everybody just wants to be famous. That's all people
YouTube
want to do.
sensation, influencers, social media influencers, all that stuff. Yeah.
Like that's why I love my friend Eric that
Mm,
does that.
yeah.
Doesn't give a rip about that stuff, does a
Yep.
tangible job,
Yes.
and you like there's no performance basis to it.
Yep.
You know, in like you need to look or be a certain way, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So 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 I almost feel also like the people that are doing these high school jobs now, and Noah not included,
Right.
but I really feel honestly like the shift worker, and I have a lot of family and friends that are kind of like in and around this, but
Right.
like the general shift worker basically doesn't give a rip about their job anymore.
Hmm.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Sure.
do you feel kind of like Starbucks, Chipotle, all like I don't know. You kind of almost feel like when you order something, you're bothering them.
Well, I don't know how different that is than when I was a shift worker.
No,
Right.
dude,
Like
no, dude. I'm telling you, Starbucks was different when I worked there. We'll get there to the
okay.
grad school years,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like,
Okay. This
dude,
is
there
good.
was like Starbucks was newer.
Yep.
You know, this is like 17 years ago.
Yeah.
There was like a super pride about working at Starbucks.
Yeah. I wonder how to
You know what I mean?
develop that. And I do remember that when I was at Ace Hardware,
A culture.
is that there was a lot of like, we are excellent.
Yeah,
We
like
are,
you did a
yeah,
job, right?
we are
Do a
different
job.
than a big box Home Depot
Mm-hmm.
where you come into Ace Hardware and you are the Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks, right? Where it was
Mm-hmm.
like we're
Yep.
down home, you're personable, we want you to know how to have conversations with people. And there I think there was kind of like this, and it might have even been said, I don't even remember, but like that you should be proud to work here. And we want people to
Mm-hmm.
know that when they come in here, you're proud to work here, and so they should be happy about shopping here. So I don't know. You're right. Maybe there's been a loss of that. There wasn't a lot of that at McDonald's, the job I'm going to talk about later.
Right.
But why do you need that at McDonald's? Like people are going to come and buy anyway. Maybe that's what's happened with Starbucks. Like there's so many of these. There's such a turnaround. We can
Yeah.
hire anybody whenever we want. If you quit, who cares? We'll just hire somebody else. Um,
Right. Expendable feel.
right. And so I wonder if it's like
It.
a
Yeah.
worker issue or if it's a management issue or if it's just like a cultural shift that's happened
I
since then.
still think they're. I'm not a culturologist,
Uh-huh. Sure.
but still, I think there is like a general feel of like hyper individualism and
Yep.
like I'm too good for this. Really, what's going to happen is my podcast is going to take off, and you're all going to be like, "Remember when I used to work here? You
Well,
knew me
guess
when." Like,
what? we have some news for you. We've been doing this for 12 years and we do not make enough money to quit our Starbucks jobs if we were you.
right, but still, or like my YouTube channel or now
Yeah.
TikTok or whatever.
Right. Yep.
But it's like it's more of a yeah. I don't know. So I feel a cultural shift. I guess is what I'm saying.
Yep. I'm actually looking at some of our feedback from the nation,
Mm.
and a lot
Yeah,
of
let me
people
boost that
didn't
up
just
too.
put their high school job in. They said, I loved it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so this was particularly interesting to me was Kelly's, who said she worked at Victoria's Secret between 2018 and 2012. I loved
Yep.
helping women feel empowered.
Hmm.
Right. Um,
Yep.
so like Graylin, who worked at a movie theater, which I've always wanted to do.
Dude,
That would
that's
just be
Jerry Seinfeld's thing,
incredible.
right?
Yeah. And
Like
your
the
sister
circle of
your
life
sister
from the.
worked at
Oh my
Point
gosh,
Cinema.
totally. She worked at Point for
Woo.
many years. She was amazing there. We've known a number of people that have worked movie theaters. Oh look, Eric
Eric says movie
worked as
theater
a movie
usher too.
theater
Right.
usher. Yep.
But
Chris
the
mowed lawns.
right,
Yep.
like most people are like, it was the best. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was my favorite job like I've
Mm-hmm.
ever had. um
Man,
and
that
then
is so
there are people
interesting.
like Jared who's like, I was a drugstore lab, I worked in a drugstore lab pouring pills into bottles. Like this is a menial task probably, but probably also there's a satisfaction there, right? um
Mm-hmm.
Go-kart and batting cage from Gene, that sounds so friggin' fun.
Yep. We've got EP Crow.
Yep,
Sorry,
Eric,
I don't
that's
know.
Eric Crow. Yep.
Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. Subway
Yep.
sandwich artist. I ate a free footlong every day I worked because my manager didn't let us pay. That's pretty amazing.
Yes, definitely.
Oh,
um
dude, I kind of want a footlong sub on cake right now.
please,
I'm
I'll
so
take some
hungry.
ham on cake if you please.
I am so hungry, dude. In and Out. Jared worked at In and Out, dude.
Come on. Okay,
What?
let's table fast food
Okay.
because a lot of people said fast food.
Okay.
I want to make sure we talk about
Yep.
that in depth later. I just want to tell you
Got
one
it.
more thing about Ace Hardware. I still
Okay.
have dreams, probably once a month, that I still have a
Mm-hmm.
paycheck I need to pick up there.
Maybe you too.
I don't know. That's maybe I need to go in there to like complete the cycle so I stop having that dream to find out if it's still in the back. So
Yeah.
yeah, it there's also something about a high school job that just becomes this solidly ingrained part of you.
Yeah. That's why it's super important to do it.
Yeah,
It's super important to have one. Like, I would say if you're like an uber rich person that you can just tell your kids, here's all the money in the world, they would be missing out
100%.
on these unbelievably important,
I agree.
like, forming jobs. Like, be like, oh, okay, like, this is have responsibility. Like, you know, making a schedule,
Yeah.
working with people, meeting customers, learning tools or whatever, learning how to mow lawn. You know what I mean?
And not for nothing, Noah rakes it in at Safeway.
Mm, nice.
I mean, I think at Ace Hardware I made $4 an hour.
Huh.
No, Noah makes the minimum wage that Biden is pushing right now, $15 an hour.
No.
$15 an hour.
Noah makes $15 an
He
hour,
makes
dude?
more than I do for some of the jobs I do. So
Dude, I told him he's doing better than we were.
again, another way that he is doing better than we do.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Okay,
He's
okay,
saving a lot of it for college. He's set up a saving it, like
nice.
you can funnel all these things to different things. So he has a college savings account and a checking account. Um,
Hmm.
and 2/3 of his money goes into this college savings account, and then he spends frivolously this other third.
Dang, on Miyazaki posters.
And girls that he's not dating. I'm putting
Okay,
air quotes right now.
got it. Yep, I saw that. I saw it. Okay, one I gotta mention real quick.
Yeah.
Um, the two other things I did in high school, real
Yeah.
quick.
Mm-hmm.
I was the summer after my junior year. My dad's like, "You gotta get a job, dude."
Yeah.
Doesn't
Good.
sound like that at all. But
No.
kind of talking this, like I was, I kind of, I must, with the Enneagram 4 stuff, hyper individualist in our culture with
Mm-hmm.
a creative artist mindset, right? I
Definitely.
was
Yeah.
like, eighth grade, I'm going to play bassoon. That is literally all I thought about. I practiced all the time. I made
Yeah.
reads all the time. This is what I'm
Yeah.
going to do.
It was
And so,
like a
like,
part-time job for you. Your
mhm.
bassoon dream. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yep.
And so, and it's paying for college, right? Which it
Mm-hmm.
did.
Yeah.
It ended up, I mean, I'm still doing it.
Right.
So that's actually pretty cool. But I kind of had a bad attitude about work. Like everything we're saying about the culture now, I
Uh-huh.
kind of exhibited. Like I was like, oh yeah, well I'm a this, but one day I'm going to be in the
Sure.
New York Philharmonic or something. So
Yep.
I should have been slapped a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Somebody
I was
needs
to
to
go,
do that.
if I was going to go back in time, that's what I would probably do to myself.
Yeah.
But my first main paying job was actually a gig for the Capital City Band.
Oh, right. So it was bassoon related.
Yep, and the
Okay.
Madison Savoyards every summer.
Uh-huh.
I
I
did
remember this.
just go full circle with Noah.
Yeah.
Full Yeoman of the Guard, I think, was my first paying like show.
Yes.
Gilbert and Sullivan, and
Yep.
then Capital City Band. And I remember showing up. It was the summer after my sophomore year of high school,
Mm-hmm.
and all the people in the band were like, either we're getting older
Mm.
or these subs are
These
getting younger.
whippersnappers.
Dude,
Who
I
is
was
this
like
kid? Yeah, 98 pounds.
16 years old, and like they were like wear a blue button down short sleeve and like just plop my bassoon case and my wire stand down. So that was that.
Yeah.
But my dad was like, you do need to have a job. So I did get a job as the janitor
Oh,
at our
right.
high school
Yep.
in the summers.
Yeah.
So that was summer after junior year and summer after senior year.
Like painting
so-
and stuff?
Well, it was everything, right? It was
Yeah.
you've got to refinish the floor,
Okay, right.
got to clean crap up,
Yep.
look fiber optic stuff and look
Yeah.
at it. I don't
Yep.
know. And then paint. So I did a ton of touch-up paint. Where I went to Ace Hardware, we've told the story many times before, but I went
Yes.
to Ace Hardware. Hack mixed it.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't Hack's fault. The purchase order was wrong, but they ordered eggshell instead of classic white or something like that.
Right.
And I touch-up painted Verona High School like all over the place, the wrong color.
And you could see it.
And it was
You
there
could
for
see it small.
years.
It was your
Years.
handiwork on display for years and years. Years after
I mean,
we graduated.
I know I showed my manager, dude, and I was like, this isn't the right color. Like, oh, well, it'll when it dries.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
That thing.
Yes, which
It
is
always looks
totally
different
wrong.
when
If
it's
you
wet.
work at Ace Hardware, you know. If you paint a satin on a flat or a gloss or whatever, it's not going to look the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, that I remember you having that job and thinking it was the funniest thing in the world.
It pretty much. I mean, I had a master key. I had a master key to the high school for 2 summers, dude.
Yes, you could do whatever you
remember I used
wanted.
I drove that Zamboni around all the time, like I would just drive it around the school.
Oh gosh, sort of a dream job, right? Like you could make a movie out of
Yes.
this. Like you had the
Totally.
run of the high school.
Yep.
Amazing.
It was I'm thinking back with such fond memories. The only problem was the call time, or
Yeah.
what do you call it? The first
Yeah,
time you have to be there.
Right, when you had to be there in the morning. Yeah,
Yep, was 6,
that's early.
and that does not jive with high school bod.
Especially
So I
high
was
school
usually
Anthony Bod,
late. Oh yeah,
who's up late. He's a late night. He's a night owl.
I was making reads. I truly was like making. Gosh, nothing has changed, man. Jeez,
Watching Star Trek Next Generation, making reads.
Totally. I'm gonna be doing that when I'm 80, right? Like I'm gonna head to the pearly gates.
Or you could try. You know,
That's
when you
gonna be I
retire, you
get
could go
some
back.
relief.
You can retire. You can go back to the high school and say, "Hey, I know how to drive that Zamboni. Hand over the keys. Give me that
Yeah.
skeleton key."
Yeah, dude. So that
All
was
right.
my work in high school.
We can't have this conversation without bringing up my favorite of all jobs.
Here we go.
I
I've
actually
been dying for this.
I actually think it's my second favorite job ever. My favorite job was in college. We have talked about it a lot on our podcasts in the past. We'll table that for now. But
Okay.
first job I ever got, Super Nintendo driven. The reason I got this job was because I wanted a Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay. So you had from Laura. It's coming out next week. Talk about the vision board.
Or yeah, that was my why. It's a Super Nintendo.
Got it.
Um,
Yep, there's your why. Yep.
I turned 14, and that's
Mhm.
the age you could be and work in the front and in the drive-through at McDonald's.
Mhm.
And I went out there, applied. I remember the interview process. I remember the table we sat at. And they just asked if I was a responsible young man, and I said yes.
It's the guy from Simpsons, dude. It's like
Oh, yeah.
perfect.
Yes. So skinny, so pimply, so awkward.
That's what I was waiting. Yep.
And luckily I got to wear a hat, so you couldn't see my crustaceous hair. I hated wearing that hat though, because it took a lot of work to get the hat hair off for the next morning at school.
Right. And you're not a huge like shower person every day.
Wasn't then, I'm not now. Too boring.
Too boring. What?
That's what I
It's
said
like
to
a
Jessica.
baptism.
I said to Jessica yesterday, I don't want to take a shower. Too boring.
She was probably like, do it, dude.
So I didn't. So okay. So I worked at McDonald's for a year and a half. It was so friggin' fun. There's this
Mm-hmm.
other thing about having a high school job. If you can have fun, you can have so much fun. I did work
Yeah.
with several friends. I worked with Liba, Matt Love,
Yup. Oh yeah,
um,
I forgot about that.
my
Totally.
my friend Jamie Wenger, my sister
Yup.
Julie had worked, I think, at that McDonald's previous to me, but she didn't work there while I was working there. I might have that wrong. Julie, let me know. We're gonna have Julie as a guest pretty soon. Um,
Great.
so many deep-seated memories, like uh, optical, visual, the way it sounded, the way it's olfactory, right? This the way it smelled.
Oh, it smells and tastes the same now.
Yes, definitely. If I worked 4 hours, I got a half price meal. If I worked 8 hours, I got a free meal. And it was like, you don't even have to pay me. That's enough. Just a free meal at
Okay.
McDonald's.
Okay, so recently you did this post about Maverick City Music, which is like this incredible like
Uh-huh.
band, like
Yeah.
of singers and songwriters and stuff.
Right.
And you were like, they are the Pixar of worship music. I would sweep the floor if I could.
Right.
So it's like McDonald's was Pixar, right? For you?
Well, it's the Pixar of fast
Like,
food, I would say.
oh,
But
yeah. Right.
here's the thing. I didn't know
But there
how
was a
much I
dream
loved.
quality, right?
Yeah, I didn't know how much I loved it until I worked there. I loved
Okay.
it. And it was always like
Yeah.
a special treat. I know this isn't the case for everybody, but like
No, it
going to
was.
McDonald's with my family was huge.
Yep.
And so working there was like I got to work at like like at Willy Wonka's and the chocolate
Yeah.
factory. You get to see all the magic happen.
There's a lot of magic, a lot of freeze dried magic happening.
Yeah, and so like watching it get made was like endlessly interesting to me.
Sure.
Like I mentioned a couple episodes back, being back in that like little private area you could be in for the drive-through.
Mm-hmm.
I loved the training videos. I loved the break room. I loved being up front. I loved the absolute weirdos that came in.
Yep.
I, I loved everything about it. And I got
Mm.
paid.
Right.
So and memories keep coming to me. So just to say, a lot of people on our list worked at fast food restaurants, including McDonald's.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In-N-Out, Mickey D's, Burger King, Sonic. That sounds fun.
Yeah,
McDonald's
it does.
again.
Sonic, do you have like you don't have roller skates for that one, do you?
I think you can. There was a guy with roller skates on last year when I was at Sonic, roller skating around. A
Okay.
worker. Yeah. So lots of people have that, right? Like,
Burger
fast
King.
food is just willing to hire them young, I guess. I don't know.
Right. Totally.
So I had so much fun. Sounds like a lot of other people did. I keep remembering things. So here's what I remembered the other day. I don't know why I remembered this. I worked there when Jurassic Park came out.
Wow.
And you know what happens, especially in the 90s when there was
Yeah,
a big
when a
movie.
big movie. Yep. Mm-hmm.
We had these Jurassic Park cups.
Yep.
Anybody in the 90s listening right now, anybody who grew up in the 90s remembers these cups. You had to order a large to get them. And I think it was a little smaller than a large, this plastic cup that you would get. Jurassic Park plastic cup. But there were 6 different dinosaurs featured.
Yeah.
One per cup, and then a description of them. And a really cool picture of like the T-Rex and a description of it, and then the Jurassic Park logo, rated PG-13.
Oh, that logo.
And I just remember just stacks and stacks of them. And then just like loving it when people would order a large so that I could pour from the fountain. Because it was behind the counter at that point. No serve yourself back in the 90s.
Oh, right. Yup.
So I would pour
Yep.
that Coke, which tastes the best, into that
Oh,
Jurassic Park cup.
McDonald's Coke is the best. It is the best. That I may miss that more than almost anything this year of not
Mm-hmm.
doing McDonald's.
Yeah. Yep.
Probably the fries, the burger.
Fries.
Oh,
My
man, that
gosh.
juicy burger, the pillowy bun on the fish fillet, dude.
Oh yeah, what's the deal with that? We've gone 4 months now.
Yeah, dude.
Congrats.
Totally.
Congratulations
Yeah.
to all.
I have to say, I knew this was probably going to come up. I don't even have it in my muscle memory anymore. I don't even think about it anymore. I truly don't.
Driving by it even?
Yep.
I can't say the same. Dang
Yeah,
it.
that's cool. I really don't. Like it
Well,
used to be
I
like
wonder
like
I wonder if I have a deeper seated desire
yeah.
for it because of this job. Who knows?
Well, the nostalgia that comes with it, dude. See, we're going to get to in college. I worked at multiple restaurants,
Yeah.
and I have so much nostalgia around like Noodles and Company
Mm-hmm.
and like
Right.
restaurants like Hula Hands and
Yeah.
stuff like
Yep.
just stealing fries. I mean, not, you got to sample.
Sample is the
Gotta
other
make
word
sure
for
it's good.
stealing. I cannot wait to talk about hula hands, dude.
Yeah. But the memories that this has, I mean, so we
Yeah.
talk about Imperfect Movie, right? The way it looks, the way it sounds, the way it makes you feel.
Uh-huh.
This is like the way it sounded, smelled, tasted,
Yes.
So
And
it's-
the way it makes you feel.
and the way it makes you feel. So it's all, man, if you could be working at McDonald's while watching your favorite movie.
Well, that's why the Jurassic Park thing is incredible.
See,
Because
that's it. That's it. This
these
is the
two-
best moment of your life.
Right? These two worlds just culminated perfect storm style with this power. And so-
Everything I love.
I know. And so for Father's Day this year, I have asked for those cups,
Whoa.
which are available on eBay. They're not
Oh.
expensive, actually. They're not cheap. They're not super
Okay.
expensive, but they sell all 6 of them. And they are exactly how I remember them. And I cannot wait to hold them in my hands. I'm not going to be able to
I'm gonna
fill them
look
up
these
at
up.
McDonald's, unfortunately, but someday I might be able to. Yeah, look up Jurassic Park McDonald's cups.
I'm
It's
looking this up.
you'll recognize it. Someday my dream is to have this cup and bring it into McDonald's and fill it up with McDonald's Coke and drink it.
Oh. Dude. And that ice, the ice at
Yes.
McDonald's,
Uh-huh.
it looks like the jewels from Goonies at the end. The jewels that come out of that little sack, I think they're ice cubes from
One-eyed
McDonald's.
Willie's treasure
Yeah.
trove.
Yeah, right?
Yes. I love it. So yeah, so much fun, so much memories, all the things that we say about Perfect Movie. Do you see them?
Yeah, I remember these. I would not be surprised
Uh-huh.
if these are sitting at my mom's house.
Oh, I bet you they're
know
sitting
what I
in a
mean?
lot of people's houses, but certainly
That's probably why they're
certainly at
cheap.
your mom's house. Yeah.
Right. But that's
Right.
probably why they're cheap. Like I guarantee in a box
Mhm.
of like college stuff at my mom's garage or something like that.
Yeah. So
Along with some DB stickers.
last year I asked for these glass Pizza Hut ET cups that I remembered from 84.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have this full set of these glass Pizza Hut ET cups. And so if I
These-
had also
yeah.
these plastic. So here's what I need. Glass ET cups, check. Plastic Jurassic Park cups, asked for. Then the
Mhm.
completion would be in college. Tim, Tom, Nate, and I collected episode 1 Taco Bell cups, and they were paper. And
Oh.
one time I was like so mad about how messy it was in our house, I threw them all away.
That
And they
house
were-
was a dump, dude.
They were unsarcastically pissed at me. Like they were earnestly mad.
Yeah.
that I had thrown away pizza boxes and episode 1 Taco Bell paper cups.
I'm looking at those too, dude. I totally remember those.
We had probably 200 of them.
Yeah.
In that dump.
Yep.
All right. We're running out of time. High school jobs. Any final thoughts?
No, man. I think we got all our jobs in here.
Yep.
I am hankering for McDonald's a little bit now, but
I know.
it's gonna make January so much sweeter.
Definitely. I cannot
Especially
wait.
because you're gonna be able to get it out of this cup. I kind of think the Jurassic Park cup is a little better than the ET cup because the ET cup, it's a little scary, like it could break.
Yeah, and I do think the Jurassic Park cup is more firmly lodged in my innermost soul.
Okay, yeah.
Like when I remembered this and I looked it up on eBay and it existed, it was like it was one of the most precious moments of my past year. In an otherwise difficult year, a ray of hope emerged.
Yeah. Good. Well, I hope you get those for Father's Day, dude. That sounds amazing. If Noah, Jack, if you're listening, spend some of that $15 an hour on some cups for your dad.
It's the least you can do. Take it out of your college fund and buy me those stupid plastic cups. There were some feedback that we got about some jobs that Anthony and I did have in college that we didn't want to read because we want to save them for next time. So
right.
We are going to talk about some things, restaurant stuff, video store stuff, but we can't talk about that stuff until we get into part 2 of the trilogy, The Godfather 2 of GomerJobs.
Yeah,
college edition.
Yeah, college edition. There's one big job that I never got that I still pine for. So.
Oh, that's right.
We got to talk about that.
Definitely. All right, dude. What a fun sitter downer.
Super fun, man. I think I'm going to stand up now.
Yep.
And maybe go for a run or at least a walk or something.
Sweet. Shake it out. Yep. I'm going to go. Well, I don't have I don't have a lawn to mow yet. But at some point. I do
have to mow the lawn pretty soon.
Once we get that house, dude, I'm going to have so many dang projects. I'll go from recording to wall knocking downing.
Now, you won't have a lawn to mow, though, right? You have the Arizona kind of like rocky.
Right. No rocky stuff, but there is constant needle raking.
Okay.
The pine trees.
What about leaf? Do you get a leaf blower for that?
No, the needles are too small. It's a real problem, bro.
Huh.
No leaf blower. We do have a leaf blower because one time I saw one on the side of the road and I picked it up and it worked.
Nice.
So we do own a leaf blower, but I have nothing to do with it. What can you do with a leaf blower? Without leaves.
I always thought it would be cool to sweep the floor with a leaf blower. I'm always sweeping and vacuuming and stuff. I was like, it'd be amazing. Like if a leaf, I tried it once, dude.
Yeah.
People are laughing if they've ever done it. It was the dumbest thing because I just did it in the entrance of our house.
Right. It probably
I'm
just
gonna start
blasts
here and blow
the dirt everywhere.
Out. Oh yeah, it was dusty. It was horrible. But I love leaf blowing. It's like that's the piece de resistance of lawn mowing, weed whacking, and leaf blowing. You get it all. Oh man, it's just.
Gotta love that whacking.
Totally.
All right.
Gotta whack that weed.
Right. Well, bye everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Great.
All right, let's stop that. 1, 2, 3, stop. Nice.
So fun.
Totally. People love that.
Yep. All right. And
wait, I just said that on the video. Sorry,
done
that
right on time.
So rude.
People are gonna love that. All right. Bye, Gomertrons.
All right. Bye, Gomertrons.